Hello and welcome to this video on how to go about the Ako Workbook. Some of you have it in digital copies and some did receive a hard copy like this, like half a sheet of paper. Yeah, and if you want to order, just in case you want to order, I'll put the email address of where you can order it at One Consultancy Services. So initially, I had no plans of creating a video like a tutorial or like a guide on how to do the workbook, because I just thought that each person has his or her own style of journalizing, of writing, or reflecting. So I just wanted to leave it for one's discretion. But I've received questions or clarifications on how to go about the basics, or how to perceive it, or how to view it, or contextualize the exercise as to how to maximize the experience of the reflecting, of the writing, and all that. So I'll be explaining 17 exercises, which may be a little long. So I will be placing timestamps on each exercise, and I'll be putting that on the description. So if you just want to go or learn about that specific exercise, so you just go to that portion of this video and you'll be good, and you don't have to watch everything. So, but before I proceed, shout out sa ako, kang Mian, kang Ian, and to Sir Art. Salamat sa pressure to make this vlog, og ania. I hope we're all good na. So, let's begin. So basically, this is the first page cover, ako. Yeah, you, I'm referring to you. So let's flip it. Yeah, flipping it more. Okay, this is where we will start our first exercise. It may not look much, it says personal details. Well, I just wanted for you to have one reference document for all necessary information. Yes, of course, there's a name, address, it's normal. But I believe you have multiple email accounts. You can put your password if you want, but basically we tend to forget. So yeah, that's very important. And then if you've not done a consolidation, or you've not collated all relevant information about you, then you'll have to go or rummage through your driver's license, your passports, and all that. So, but if you have this, if you are diligent enough to fill out all the blanks, then it will be very easy for you, especially with a lot of applications and online applications and all the transactions. You'll have one document to refer to. Everything is there, your policies and all that. And this one I find very helpful, your bank account numbers, and all that. And very important, especially with COVID, is your medical references, who's your dentist, your optometrist. I didn't put their OB-GYN just in case you're male, but it's up to you to put it there. I have my shrink there, my bookkeeper, so their numbers. So in case you need to contact them, it's very easy to look for their numbers. Okay, so the idea here is you have one document that has all information about you, or that you need to refer to this document. Yeah, and if you want, you can take a picture of this and have it in your phone all the time, so that you have a reference at your fingertips and you don't have to bring the workbook or the notebook. Okay, next is so basically you fill it out in the same manner, but they're of different categories. So this one is about personal growth. So in 3 years time, I will be or I will have. So first thing you're gonna do is you put out all your goals here. Like, what do you want to do? Say, for example, number one is you want to run a marathon. So, and so on and so forth. You want to paint, or you want to learn how to swim, things like that. So you're going to fill out, so for example, you want to start in 2021, or you want to start 2022, and then the succeeding years, you just fill that out. Okay, so you're going to identify where you're gonna put, in what year do you want to achieve them. So say, for example, if number one is you're gonna be able to run a marathon, and you're gonna put it in, let's say we're gonna start in year 2021. So no, you don't want to achieve the marathon this year, but next year, 2022. So all the 10, you're going to 10 personal growth goals, you're going to distribute them in 3 years. Because it says here, diba? In 3 years time. So yeah. Now, these strategies to achieve my goals. So say, for example, what are your strategies? Like, if you want to run a marathon next year, maybe you can put there, run half a marathon this year. Something like that. Or enroll in cross training so that you'll be able to achieve this and that. All right. So exercise 3 will be career choices. Again, in 3 years time. So say, for example, number one is you want to become a department head, right? Or a department head. So for example, you're a civil servant. So you want to be a department head in 3 years time. Okay, so we'll put here 2023. So what will be your strategies to achieve that, to become? So say, for example, number one is to pass, in year 1, you're going to pass the civil service exam. Okay, and then in year 2, the strategy for becoming a department head is to pass all the qualifications, submit all qualifications, or probably like training and all that, and a number of units, I don't know what you call it, so that with the passing of the civil service plus all the requirements, then by year 3, no other choice, you'll be a department head. So things like that. So this is basically the same kind of process, only this is for you on a personal level, and this is your professional path. Okay, so that's how you're gonna do it. So we proceed. So we move to the retirement plan. Not many of us think about this, but I believe that with the current trend of us living longer, we need to think about it, that by the time we're 60, can we support ourselves, or do we have enough resources to have a beautiful retirement life, you know? So basically, we're just gonna fill out what do you think are your needs, you know, like bills to pay, or food, or things like that. So how much would that be, you know? So that's what will be by the time, probably, like if you're 60, maybe you think you've not fully paid your housing loan or your car loan or whatever debts you have that you promised a long time ago. So yeah, you're gonna consider that. And so next is, what will be your source of income by then? I mean, you can have sidelines, or probably you can have insurances that will ripen into some kind of benefit or source of income, passive income, things like that. So you need to be able to think about that and reflect on that vis-a-vis the assets that you have. You know, maybe you have some farm, or you have some for rent, realty, whatever it is. So what is it that can keep you afloat or keep you surviving comfortably? Yeah. So Next will be the government benefits. That's usual. What is your pension? A government, I don't know, but basically what the government offers at the end. So I'm sure like I have like SSS. The civil servants have GSIS, things like that. So it's up to you whatever you enrolled in. Okay? Pag-ibig. And also insurance. Yeah, some insurances are like savings also at the same time. And what can, if do you have any medical insurance that, when we grow older, when we are old, yeah, we have many medical needs. So what will be our source of resources so that we can address or respond to those inevitable needs? When you look at this document, it should make you think of a life after 60. Before, when we think of senior citizen, let's say sample 20, 30 years ago, you think that you'd be dead by then. At most, you'll live until 65. But not anymore. 60 is now the new 40. So when you retire, I'm sure you want to travel, and I'm sure there are many things that you want to do. But, it's retirement time. So maybe we don't have enough opportunities. We will not have enough opportunities to earn income, or I don't know, maybe we will be limited. If we don't plan, we definitely will be limited to our financial resources. So we better address that now. So as early as now, if you're still young, you might as well look at it so that you can plan ahead. You can invest in things like that to ensure that you have a good life after 60. Okay? Next page. So these two exercises are related. But first you have to do a self-assessment. So when you do the exercise, you just write there as of, meaning when did you assess yourself? Because this may change, So what you're gonna write here in the blanks are basically your ideals. Okay, ideal situation in your career. Say for example, career, like what was mentioned earlier, like if you want to become a department head. Okay, so for example, if you're into business, like you want to have 5 branches, things like that. So you're gonna write down what is your ideal state of that aspect of your life. Say for example, if you go to money, like you want to have investments, or you want to have 5 million cold cash in the bank, things like that, or you have at least 3, you have a mutual fund investment, something like that. Okay, so for example, in the health aspect, like number 1 is you want to have like a BP of 120/80, or your weight, or you want to have healthy lifestyle. I don't know, it's up to you. Or 3 kinds of exercise or therapies, things like that. You're gonna write that. So family and friends, significant other, this one is critical. This one is subjective. What I mean is subjective. You may not mean like a significant other, like a person. It could be your passion. It could be even yourself. What is significant to your causes? It doesn't necessarily have to be a love interest. That's what I meant. Okay, but of course, if there is, or there are, so go ahead. Yeah, what is your ideal? Like get married, things like that, or become a blessed. I don't know. What is your goal with that? Things like that. Personal growth. Say for example, you've had the previous exercise. Say for example, you want to finish your master's or your doctorate, things like that, or you want to enroll in a hobby or learn a new skill by then, so you want to learn carpentry. Yeah, things like that. What is your ideal state of your personal growth? Fun and recreation, yeah, a lot. You want to travel, you want to go extreme sports, things like that. A physical environment, maybe it's a house, maybe it's a lot, or just maybe you want to have a place with a lot of plants. It's up to you. Basically, it's a manifestation of how you want your surroundings to be, physically. So once you've written all that, your ideal state, then the instruction says here, in a scale of 1 to 10, rate each aspect of your life. Okay, with 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest. So you're gonna write your score here, 1 being the lowest. So for example, career, you're basically good but not very good. So you're gonna say 5, money is 2, health is, and so on and so forth. Okay, so you have those scores already. Now that is what you are going to transfer in the Wheel of Life. Okay, so you're gonna plot your assessment in the wheel. So it says here career, money, and all the other aspects. So these are not very clear here, but this is basically 1, 2, 3 up to 10. So depending on your score, you're gonna shade it, trace it, color it. I don't know what you're gonna do about it, but you're gonna shade it, color it, basing it on your score here. Right? So it may show a different illustration. So maybe you'll have very high career, very low money, and all that. The idea of the Wheel of Life is that it should be balanced. So all aspects should have at least the same thing here. Okay, so the lesser shade or coverage of the aspects, maybe you should look into it and improve on all the rest of those that are not covered. Say for example, your money is here, but then your fun and recreation is over the top. Kunay 11 na, 12, 13, 14, something like that. So maybe you need to balance it off so you can manage your money better, something like that. Or maybe you have a very high score on physical environment. You have everything you want physically, shopping, all material things, but yet your health is like 3 or 4. Maybe you need to spend more time for yourself as to the health aspect. So it really depends on what is reflected here. But then this is based on your assessment. Your assessment leads to your Wheel of Life. So it goes there. What you're gonna realize when you see your wheel, ang gulong ng buhay mo, what will you have realized? So you're gonna write it there. So once you know that, then what is your resolution? So yeah. So basically that's how it goes. All right, we now proceed to the daily routine. Okay, what do we have here? It says time. So this is hourly. So 1 a.m., 2, 3, up to 12 midnight. Okay, so these are the days of the week, Monday to Sunday. So you're gonna write what happens on an hourly basis. So you'll just probably take 1 week to just diligently document all. So it's very easy, like 1 to 6, 1 to 7 is sleep or not, right? So Monday, just write it down. It's like tracking what happened to you on that week, right? So it says here Saturday and Sunday. So once you're done with that, you're going to look at the things that you do or you give more time to. Say for example, you say you do social media, or probably 12 to 1 you do Facebook, or over here, or or browsing the internet, Netflix, and all that, you will most probably see the trending the trending of your daily life. Okay, I've done this with several organizations, and I noticed that millennials tend to sleep on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday. And then the older generation, this was before COVID. So the older generation would do gardening. That was the trend. So during the COVID, it was heightened. We're now plantitas and plantitos. So yeah. So think about the areas or aspects of your life you give more time to. Maybe you should have. One of my participants said that, I realized I don't have a life because when you go home, there's just nothing there. I don't do anything, you just sleep. Maybe you're very tired. I don't know. I didn't ask for the details. But the point here is this document, this exercise will show you what's important to you because this is what you give time to. And what you're going to do about that is still up to you. But at least for a fact there is an awareness of what's happening to you on a daily basis. Alright? Okay, this one, Fit, Fab, Fun. Basically, this talks about exercise. So, if it's not obvious to some, these are the months of the year and these are the days of the month. Okay? So, this is the most basic exercise. Walking. You need to walk. Everybody can walk. Cheapest ever. So, yeah. You're just gonna monitor if you've done it. So walking, you want to monitor. This is a blank. So it's up to you whatever sports you're into. You want to monitor your swimming or your Muay Thai or your karate, whatever it is. So you're just gonna. This one it's really up to you. You want to put a check mark, a tick mark, you want to color it, or you want to shade it. It's really up to you, but this will give you a picture of how active you are or the time the days that you spent on exercise. So yeah. Well, me, for example, there are just 2 exercises. I tend to have 2 or 3 kinds of exercise in this one document. But I have a different kind of shading. I color code it. If it's red, this means Zumba. If it's yellow, so it's really up to you. But the point here is you will see how much time you're giving or allotting to exercise to make yourself fit, fab, and of course, fun. Alright? So I really hope you will see a lot of shades or markers there because I want you to be fit, fab, and fun. So this is your motivator. Sana all squares or all areas are shaded. No? Moving on. Okay, this is tricky. Financial freedom. Halos tanan mo na siyang question. But let's keep it simple. Okay? Are you free financially? So here it says 10-year target. Okay, so it says year 1 up to 10. So these are your sources or your source for cash or your deposits, and then this is your investment. Because this is what we target actually. 10-year target. Okay, so my basic example is a fact that I had with a friend, and we said that in 10 years time we will have 1 million, minimum 1 million. So every year you should be able to save 100,000. So dapat cash and deposit. So say for example, source nimo, if you have 100,000 is deposit in the bank. So you put there 100. Right? But for example, if you only were able to save 80, it's okay, just write 80, but you invested somewhere else 20, So the idea here, cumulatively at the end of 10 years, you will get your target goal of 1 million pesos. Pesos. You can have dollars, but
It's really up to you, but what is your 10-year target? All right? So you can foresee that I will have that amount, and you already like divided them, classify them per year and per source. Diba? So on this side is funds inventory. So this is as of, because of course we should have a baseline. Not only do we project a target, but what is our beginning? So say for example, I have a cash on hand of like, let's say you have 50,000, and then here you have deposits like 50-50. So this is your total, okay? Including accounts receivables, presuming they won't be bad debts, no? So you will receive them. You still expect to receive them. Bayaran kasi magkipautang. Yeah, so all this. So this is your baseline. So you can include it here or not, but basically this is where you're at as of the moment. Yeah, so you can see yourself from here as of like 2021 by 2031. This will increase. This is your start and this is your end. All right, so we will be financially free. My monthly budget. This is like an accounting worksheet. All right, let's just go through it. I know it's not very clear on the video, but if you have your copy, then this will be easy. So basically, this is just 1 year. So January up until December, and then your average. Average of what? Average income. So maybe you have salary 1 and then 2, and then there's like still some blanks here. Maybe you have other sources of income. So less expenses. Okay, so it's up to you. You can change it, but I think groceries is very basic. Meals, food, household items, personal care. Those are the things that are internet there. You know, you can probably erase cable. It's really up to you. You have here, it's not clear. Okay, loan 1, loan 2, 3, and all the expenses. You know, so total expenses. So you're just going to, just like the exercise on daily routine and the exercise. So this is also just like monitoring. You know, you just have to be honest with yourself. What's happening? It says your budget because at the end of the exercise, maybe 1 year, 6 months, depending on when you're gonna check, you'll have your budget. Okay, so this is actually not, this is not the budget, but this is monitoring to come up with your budget. Or maybe it really is your budget, and yet like you exceeded, you put your budget, the figure somewhere else, and then you're gonna compare it. For example, where are we? In October, you spent so much, and then your budget is only this much, you know? So you're gonna see an average. So that will help you see how you're doing financially or how you're spending on a monthly scale. And then you're gonna see, ay, daghan ko gasto sa December, babawiin nyo siya pobre pag January, or things like that, to balance things off. Or maybe, you know, you have another source of income, so mo increase mong expenses or mo increase mong savings, whichever. So at least you would know your average for the year. Pila di ay, if you want to plan ahead also, you can see na dako gyud ka groceries. Or ang internet pinaka-stable sa tanan nga expense, di na siya mawala. Things like that. So it's really up to you. Once you've done this, then you can actually foresee. You can forecast all the things that you need to spend on, or the things you can save. You know, so yeah. Okay, let's start in this page. Exercise on sensible shell out. Sometimes, you know, you cannot monitor your monthly budget because you just forgot or it's just too complicated. This page, this exercise should be able to help you answer the question, where did my money go? So there's no time there. It just says, what have you saved? Okay, maybe nakaraket ka, additional or naka-overtime, or naka-CBA ka, then you put it here, you saved it. Or you can say you spent it here. Okay? And being good humans, we need to share naman the blessings. So, what did you do? Nalibre ka ng bangka ka. Diba? Eat all you can. So, you just write it there. And then, if you're able to fill out the entire page, again, you will see where your money went. Did you save it? Did you spend it? Or did you share it? Also, it could also be seen as, maybe you should cut on your spending sprees and maybe you could save some more, or perhaps you will say, wala ko naka-share, you've not shared anything. Maybe you want to be kind, or you want to be generous for a moment or moments. So you can put, or you can allot some budget here, so you can share to your advocacies, to the shelter, to the foundations. You might want to do that on your birthday, things like that. All right, so that's why it's called sensible shell out. Di lang siya nag-disappear. Where did my money go? Diba? Okay, so this is one of my favorite exercises, the bucket list. Okay, so the next exercise would be more detailed. So just think of the bucket list as the table of contents of everything, So when are you gonna have it completed? So my deadline. So when did it happen? When did you accomplish it? So say, for example, my bucket list is to go continent hopping. So by that, when that time comes, I'm gonna write a date. So I'm gonna say like December 2024. I'm done with all the 7 continents. Diba? So very easy to understand. All right. Let's connect it to the 101 things I will do in this lifetime. So I'm very careful with the language. I didn't say it before I die. Let's be more optimistic in this lifetime. All right. So my suggestion is you can refer to your bucket list and then put the details there. Say, for example, my bucket list was continent hopping. So I can write there, continent 1, Asia, next will be Africa. So I'll have 7 continents already. And after that, you can even go more detailed. What city in that continent are you gonna go to? Say, for example, I wrote there, train in Japan. It's a certain sport I want to go training in Japan. And then I realized maybe I'm not very exact, because maybe I'll go to Japan, ride the train, the subway train or the bullet train, and that basically achieves my train in Japan. I meant I'm going to train as a verb, not ride the train in Japan. So things like that, just enjoy it. Enjoy dreaming. Actually, the first time I did this exercise, I only did 11. I said, wala na ko'y dreams. No, I should dream more. That's what I told myself. I should dream more and dream big. Maybe this page is not enough. But really, when you look at this page, this gives you an inspiration to be more, to do more, and look at life with more passion and have more adventure. Things like that. So this one, I really like this, and I hope you will have fun filling this out and making it happen, of course. This one, relax, rejuvenate, renew. Basically, this is self-care in a more holistic sense, meaning to say, what are the adventures that you're into, the entertainment, what sports, perhaps exercise that you do, what music do you enjoy, what books do you read, magazines, ebooks, whatever, and shows. Do you like musicals or plays or all that? And then meditation, it could be prayer, your time for your faith, and socialization. Yes, that's a big chunk. We need friends, we need people we can talk to, or you need a community. So that's your venue where you can relax, rejuvenate, and renew yourself. And of course, me time. Now that me time is up to you. That could be going to the spa, going shopping, or just I don't know, sleeping with nothing in your head, because normally you sleep with all the worry. So what is your me time? My me time is doing the laundry. I keep all the laundry for a week, and then when I do the laundry, that gives me a sense of, although it's a chore, but it's kind of weird. That's how I do it. That's my me time. Or me time is playing with my dogs. Yeah, so they give me a certain sense of calm. So yeah, that's my me time. So when you look at this page, you become renewed. But not just because you wrote it, but it's your reality. And if you have blanks there, if you have nothing to write, maybe that's an aspect or area in your life you may want to improve on, or you may want to invest on. So maybe that's why your health has a score of 2, because you're not into sports or exercise. So, think about that. So this is just about self-care. You can improve and write as many or change the template. The idea here is this is your self-care. Okay. I am grateful. Yeah, grateful, thankful, blessed. So there are many things that we can be grateful for in different aspects. Yes, but this page, it's not, the texts are not very clear. I'm sure it will be very pixelated. But this page is dedicated to you. Okay, so you have to know yourself and be grateful about that, about yourself. For example, what I like about myself. Discover that. What do you like about yourself? I find I'm autistic. Funny. Kind of weird. But I like that. So you're gonna put it there. Accepting yourself. I like me. That basically makes me smile. And then things that I am good at. Sometimes we want to hear it from others, but it's very important that we acknowledge that for ourselves. What are you good at? What is TSI? I'm really good at organizing things. I'm good at singing. I'm good at whatever it is that you just have to write it here. It's accepting and embracing what you can do beautifully. So great things I've done. So maybe these are the things that you're good at on a daily basis. Galing mo talaga, man. But this one, the things I've done, you finished a project, or you're able to accomplish something which is not ordinary, which is a great deal to you, So great things I've done. If I become a black belt, wow, it's gonna be here. Okay, this one, my moments of joy. What are the moments? What were or are your moments of joy? For me, again, I've mentioned this, my time with my dogs, when I play with them, that's my moment of joy. Aside from family, but of course, what are your moments of joy? Maybe it's like feeling the air on your face when you travel, when you open the car window, or when you ride a bangka, when you go to the beach. It's a moment of joy. See? So, and then after all that, in each aspect, in each thing that you're gonna write, you should feel grateful. You're grateful. I am grateful. I am thankful. I am blessed. So basically that, let us be aware of all the things that we're receiving and what we have. And that should keep us going and happy and content. You know what I'm saying. Okay. This page, Salamat. By the way, this is in bye-bye in Alibata. Yeah. So, Salamat. So, in this page is about you. This one is about all those around you that you're thankful for. And you really appreciate that they're very nurturing and encouraging and all that. So, these are the very important people in your life. Yeah, so fabulous family. Of course. I hope you are in good terms with your family. It's gonna be a pain in the tooth if you're not. But yeah, so write it there. Be thankful for them, even if they're irritating. or your cousin you're very close to, things like that. Fabulous family. This one, fantastic friends. Maybe you have a really long list here. You're very blessed, Be grateful. So write them down. Maybe you've forgotten a friend. With COVID right now, we should know who our friends are and keep in touch with them and thank them. Sweet support system. All right, maybe it's a community, religious community, or like a social community, like for me, like there's Toastmasters or things like that. So what is your support system? Maybe those are your colleagues or things like that. You know what they are. Yeah, and inspiring individuals. This could be your coaches, your mentors, your bosses who are nice and kind to you, or simply people that you admire, dead or alive. Hopefully, there are those who are still alive. Yeah, so those who mentor you or those who inspire you. It need not be a great rich, popular person. It could be an individual who was kind to you one day, inspired you to do something, who is very instrumental in how you live your life right now. So acknowledge them here. If you get the chance, do keep in touch and let them know. Suddenly, I remember someone that I wasn't able to thank enough, but I know it's gone already, but yeah, let's not wait that we will, run out of time before we thank each one of them. Okay. How did he set it out? Just my personal favorite. And the prayer to our Father. Aramaic. Okay. This is the last exercise in the event of my death. Okay, so I'm kind of paranoid on certain moments. So this gives me peace if I have this. It's like a last will, but it's not really a last will. It's just, it's just like a contingency plan just in case. So you have your emergency contact. So the name and then the number. Magkinaon sa kaniyang tawagin. Saligando. And then if you do have a will, please, simba ko mayatap, you go did. So at least you will write there, where is the will? Legally, that has an impact or that has consequences if you have a will. So just write there, where is the will? Okay? Family instructions. So say for example, me, like, should I die, I want my sister to take hold of my external memory. Yeah, or whatever it is. Like, if you're not into technical or legal things, like, my brother can have a car, or my niece or my nephew can have the guitar, things like that. Or yeah, just basically, what do you want to tell your family? Okay. Pet instructions. I'm so sorry. This is very special to me because I have my dogs. What happens to them if you die? So, like for example, me, like, they eat 3 times a day. They have veggies with ground meat and tuna. They have to go babat once a week. So things like that. So make sure, because not all pets are loved by everyone. So you who really love them the most, make sure that they won't die when you die. So just make sure. Funeral wishes. Yeah, sometimes it's already, if you have a plan, that's already done. But like for example, when I got my plan, dili pa available cremation at that time. So I placed there in my funeral wishes that I want to be cremated. And so my ashes will be like this and like that. Yeah. And also, last is organ donor notes. Yeah. Meaning to say, do you want to donate your organs that are still okay to be donated? I suggest you do, but like in my family, when I had this exercise, apparently not everyone wants to donate their organs. So it's really, it's good if you indicate it, so they know, so everybody knows what will happen. Yeah, so basically, yeah. And I have, yeah, I did not put the spare pages, but yes, there are spare pages, scratch, if you might want to call it, but some have, like, I know of someone who said that she wrote her favorite quotations around the edges, or like she made them like borders of the page, so that when she will open it, she's reminded by that quotation or that saying and the author. So yeah, that's basically the entire exercise. 17 exercises.
So if you're still here, congratulations! You have reached the end of the video. Yay! And I hope that you had a wonderful time, both in journalizing and in viewing this video or this tutorial, and that it has enriched your experience both in journalizing and in making your lives more meaningful or more beautiful. So just remember that this is called an Ako Workbook, meaning to say it's about you. I do hope that you will take the time for yourself and think about your goals, your dreams, and whatever it is that you want in your life to make it more meaningful, to make it more satisfying, more fulfilling. And yeah, I hope you enjoy each moment, and I wish you all the best, and of course, namaste.